Imagine a large square of upholstery fabric, finely woven threads creating a colorful mosaic of pattern. Now, use this same image as an analogy for a group of women, all newcomers to Canada, as their unique stories of persecution, adversity, and freedom weave together like the same threads, now creating beautiful decorative cushions. Let's shine a spotlight on entrepreneur Kay Habib as she shares her story of how sewing machines, rescued fabric, and an idea create economic empowerment for the women of skilled accents. So Kay, I know your story is quite fascinating and your journey to get to where you are today as the founder, the CEO of Skilled Accents, which is a social enterprise here in London, Ontario, Canada. Would you share with our viewers some of that story? How did you actually come to create this enterprise? What was the motivation? How did it get started? We'd love to hear some of this from you.
I'm an interior designer by profession, and I work with a lot of furniture stores, drapery stores, window coverings, and homeowners as well. So I work with a lot of people who are interested in, renovating and redoing their homes. And I'm always encouraging my homeowners and my clients to look at ways to repurpose and recycle whatever they might have in their home. So there was this amazing client that I was working with 3 years ago, and we were doing this beautiful sofa, and we had all this other furniture done. And I always keep samples of fabrics to match them with paint colors and rugs and things that we might purchase along with that furniture. And after about 6 months, I went back to the furniture store and I said to them, I'm so sorry, I forgot to return it. Like, here is your fabric samples. And they were like, you can just throw it out because it's discontinued and we really don't have space to save all these fabric samples. So I was really curious to find out more about that because, being the person who likes to repurpose things, I talked to them about how much more fabric they're actually throwing away and how many more businesses might be doing this. And then I started talking to Covers Canada, who I worked a lot with for window coverings, and they had a whole warehouse full of fabric that is just remnants, and anything less than 3 meters they cannot use because it can't be turned into a curtain. So when I started talking to them, I really thought about them, and I started having conversations with people, and they said, oh my God, I need to take you to my warehouse where I have all this fabric. And I was like, okay, I'm just going to bring my big minivan and we'll just fill it up with fabric, right? Because I was already doing custom pillows for my clients. And then once I started getting all this fabric, I was making more of the pillows. I started thinking about how I can help these businesses get rid of all this waste, but also help some other people while creating a product line. So I have a little bit of a history working with a nonprofit, and I was a project manager for a social enterprise incubator. And we had a small social enterprise that, we started with South Asian elderly women who are highly skilled in sewing, but they didn't necessarily have any other skills like language or other resources that we usually have to go to work. So we got them together and we started making crafts, and it was quite popular. I thought back to that, and I started thinking about how I can bring in some women who might have the similar skills to make these pillows. So one of my good friends, Jill, who is also connected with Lifestyle Magazine, she was going to meet with me at Innovation Works for a meeting to discuss this idea. And it was a Friday, I remember, and there was a socialpreneurs chat happening there. And I met with people from Pillar Nonprofit in that chat, and they started talking to me about possibly connecting with Cross Cultural Learner Center. And then I found out that there was this group of women who come in every couple of days in a week for sewing classes. And they're mostly from Syria and Iraq. They're refugees, and they just, want to do something productive and something that will keep them busy, something that's therapeutic. And it's also healing when you're doing activities, with your hands, like sewing or knitting or anything like that. So I met with these women. I got them to make a sample of the pillow, and they were great at it. Like, they had such great sewing skills. I asked them, I said, if I was to give you work and if I was to ask you to make pillows for, what would it look like for you? And they all wanted to work from home because, of course, they're taking care of their families. Their kids are new to Canada and everything around that. And of course, they don't have enough resources to travel around to go to work as well. So I got some sewing machines together. I got little furniture, little table and a chair for them. And I made a sewing corner for each of these women, and they started working from home. 2 years fast forward, I'm here and I've got 8 women who are still working with me. And some of them have transitioned and come back. They've gone to school. They've done different things in their lives, and they have become, more independent. They're more confident. They're started driving. It's amazing the things that I see that are transforming their lives because of the experiences that they've had with each other and with me.
That is such an empowering story when you think about, just as I'm listening to all the pieces you put together, but from recycling and reusing material, but as well to go into an environment where these newcomers are looking for obviously a social outlet, an opportunity, because it's lonely when you come to a new country, I'm quite sure. And so from that, you've actually been able to lift them up and give them that economic empowerment as well. And you're right, they've left their homes, they've left everything. And what a great way to start again. And the fact that you actually provided for them the material and the equipment that they needed. I get chills. I mean, it's just such a wonderful full circle empowerment in the true sense of the word.
We're at a point where we want to upscale and we want to talk about, what other services we can bring into Skilled Accents, how we can grow, and what are the core people that we need to run this business. Because currently I am the founder and CEO, and then I have my women who are doing the sewing. So there's nothing in between that. So it's a lot of roles that I've taken on personally. So I am looking for support and people who can join Skilled Accents as business development, marketing, and operations and production, those kind of things.
Perhaps can you share a story or two of one of your sewers, one of the women that you have empowered with a position as a sewer for Skilled Accent?
I mean, they're all like my close friends by now, right? So there's many that I can share, but one of the women that really stand out to me is this woman who has been with Skilled Accents since the beginning. Her name is Hara, and she moved to Canada as a refugee with her daughter, and then she was also pregnant with her second baby. She wasn't able to bring her husband with her, and she moved to Canada, and she basically had to start on her own.
I get the visa for Canada. I feel happy. In the beginning, I feel worried, but when I interview with Kay, I feel comfortable. She's helpful all the time, and the business will be successful, inshallah.
She wanted to do as much as she could to make money for her family and also keep busy and show her daughters what she is capable of doing. So she started being the one who come in, and she will cut the fabric, sort the fabric, and then sometimes would lead the meetings with translations and things like that. And she would be sewing. And then on the side, she was cleaning homes. And then she started working, delivery services when COVID hit. And then she kind of started working with delivery services full time. And she said, I need to also study. So she finished her high school, and she's now enrolled in Fanshawe for HR. Being able to connect with people like this, it just gives me so much inspiration and very fulfilling.
What an amazing story. I want to meet this young woman. I just think we all do. I mean, she sounds so terrific, and you're right. What an inspiration to her daughters to see what their mom can accomplish, and all on her own. And you're right, but you've opened doors, Kay, for so many women, and while they have to walk through on their own, you've opened those doors for them, and that's terrific. Kay, you mentioned that part of your growth was that you opened a showroom. So now can people come into the showroom? Can we purchase online? How do we buy your product?
We've been doing curbside pickup. We've been doing push drop-offs. The great thing is we have a good website now that is fully e-commerce capable, and then you can just simply go and look at the product and purchase that online on skilledaccents.com or on Instagram, Facebook as well. You can direct message me, but you can also just call me. My number is on the website, and then make an appointment. Currently, we're operating by appointment, but make an appointment, come in, take a look at what we have here, because pillows, I feel, is you want to touch them, you want to feel the fabric, you want to see the fabric color. One thing I would like to point out is, like, you know, the beautiful pillows that we have. So like, this is one of the pillows, and imagine this is like from the fabric samples that would have been in the garbage. So it's beautiful, it's high quality upholstery fabric. But the other thing is that each pillow that we make is also signed by the person who actually creates it. So, and then the pillow has a QR code on it, so you can simply just scan it and go, it'll take you directly to the website. And then of course it just talks about our information here as well, that we're, you know, Canadian manufacturer. But this is something that really connects you directly to the person who's making the pillow, so you will know which person you benefited by purchasing this pillow itself.
Kay, this has been terrific. Thank you for taking time to share your story so we can put a spotlight on you and your social enterprise and the success that you are clearly carrying for yourself, but for so many women as well who are newcomers to Canada and who are looking for that empowerment. So you are making an impact, Kay, and thank you for that on behalf of all of us.
Thank you for having me. I really appreciate it.